Okay, one way that percentages is commonly used is with interest. When you take out a loan, you're generally going to have to pay it back with interest. Or if you loan money to someone, then they will pay you back with interest. And that's basically what a bank account is, right? When you open a bank account, especially a savings account, and then they will pay you interest because they're using your money. So they will pay you interest. So there's two ways that we can calculate interest. First is called simple interest, and that is where interest is paid on the amount of money borrowed or loaned only. Okay? So if, for example, you borrow $1,000, and that's the amount of money that we borrow, and we're going to pay it back in, say, 1 year. So there's always a time frame attached to this. And say that you're going to pay 6% interest. So that's my interest rate. Okay, so we can figure our interest, the amount of interest, by taking our $1,000 and we multiply that by the time, and then we multiply that by the percent, the rate, as a decimal. So this is, right, 6 over 100, which is the same as 0.06. Okay, and we do all that calculation, and so that gives us, I believe, $60 of interest that we have to pay when we pay it back. We pay back the 1,000 plus another 60. Okay, so this is our interest formula, where we say I, which is our amount of interest, and P is what is called the principal, and that is basically the amount borrowed or loaned. Okay, and R is our interest rate. As a decimal. And then T is our time that we either borrow or loan the money. Okay, so another example, let's use, we invest $2,000. And we're going to invest it for 3 years. And the bank's going to pay us 2.5% interest rate. Okay? So we again use our formula to figure out how much money we're going to make. So we have our $2,000. And let me just write the formula here using these. So I equals the principal times the rate times time. So my principal is 2,000. My rate in terms of a decimal is 0.025. My time is 3 years. This is an annual rate. So my amount of interest is $150. Okay. So that's pretty simple, straightforward. Let's look at what is called compound interest. Okay, so compound interest differs from simple interest. In simple interest, we just earn interest on the amount of the loan or the amount that we invest. Okay, in compound interest, interest is paid on the principal plus any accrued interest or interest accumulated. Okay, so that means if you use a credit card, which you shouldn't, but if you use a credit card and you don't pay off all your credit card, then they charge you interest for that month, and now they're going to charge you interest on the interest that you owe, in addition to the amount that you initially owed. Okay, so that's why it gets really big really quick. Okay, so we're going to say we have, and the other thing is when you go into a bank now, they'll pay you interest on your interest that you've earned. So, for example, we invest $600. Okay, and we have an interest rate. Oh, we'll make it high. Say we'll make it 8.75% interest rate annual. All right, for the year. And then it's compounded for 2 years. Okay, so let's find the first year. So we use our formula. I equals the principal times the rate times the time. Principal is 600. The rate is 0.0875, and the time is 1 year. So this amounts to an interest amount of $50.50. Okay, we don't pull it out. So that means at the end of the first year, I have my $600 plus the $52.50. So I now have a total of $652.50. Okay, second year. We still use our same formula, but this time, instead of calculating on $600, I calculated on the new total, $62.50. I still have the same rate, and, well, it's not 2 years, it's still 1 year, it's the second year. Okay, but now this becomes $57. So I earn another $4.50 on the $52.50 that I left in there. And so now I get to add that together. So I have the $62.50 that I had at the beginning of the year plus 57, and that is going to be $700 $9.50. Okay. Let's look at one last example. Say we invest $800, and it's going to pay us 6.25% annually, and it's going to compound, and we want to know how much will we have after 2 years. Okay, so again, we can go right back to our formula. So first year, okay, our interest is on our $800, and our rate is 0.0625, and that's for 1 year. And then this is compounds out to, let me see, 800 times 0.0625 is $50. I get to add that to my 800. So I have $850 at the end of the first year. Second year, I want to calculate my interest earned. So I start with my 850 that's in there. It's still earning at a rate of 6.25% for another year. And so 850 times 0.0625 times 1, and that is $53 and say 13 cents. We'll round up. So I get to have my 850 plus 53.13, and that is a total then after 2 years of $903.13. Okay. So hopefully that's clear enough. We can go over it some more in class if you need to, and I'll talk to you then.